Hello peeps, I just thought I'd do a quick stream, just covering the beginnings of Thallspring. I'm hoping that you can see what I'm seeing, because I'm still playing around with this multiple, or the main screen. So apologies if you're flipping between screens, but I thought it'd be good if we looked at Deedplanner on one of the old maps. I think it's from around about 1050 or 1060, and what we've actually got in Wurm now, in roughly the same areas, as far as I can distinguish anyway. So this is the main entrance in Deedplanner of Thallspring, and this road went down to the highway. It has expanded out to about here now. I think this is where the wall is now, the main big wall. We did expand it. I think this is the original fence. So we've come out a fair old bit. But this, what you're seeing in Deedplanner, was actually built. All these houses were built. Never really lived in. It's only ever really been me and Suffix stayed with me for a while back in the day. But all this was built. And this is basically what it looks like in Wurm today. So this was the main entrance, and that road went straight. There's the guard tower. So this was the main road. Interestingly, as you'll notice, I separated off the main road into two, built the town hall, redeveloped a lot of the housing. Well, redeveloped a lot of it actually. It's an interesting point is, I've lost my bearings already. This was the original height of Thallspring. This is the remnants of the terraforming that I did to get it pretty much level on this area. So we removed a lot of dirt. This was original here, so that was actually quite high. Obviously this is now the site of the archaeology camp and the church and the scouts headquarters, so that has changed significantly, and the scouts are back there. Which is, even I'm losing my bearings, I get this part here now. So that's where the archaeology camp, where the church stands around about here, and then I think we expanded a little bit past this fence. That might be the original fences, where the hedges are now. The scout camp's down there. So all that area has obviously been completely revamped. Now the reason we're not seeing any stone roads and stuff is because this was made back before that was available. So if we head on back down to the main road, this way, right. So if we head this way, this would lead to the Colosseum now, and you'll notice that this was the original I don't know what you call it. Should we call it road pattern for now? So this was the original one, which is now here. So I moved that up because that was just about there. Go to where we're roughly standing. So that's where the Colosseum would be, and we're roughly just about, that's the old, that was the inn, the old inn that we built that developed into the hotel, which stands here now. So this is, again, changed significantly. I don't know why, but there's always a bug in Deedplanner that had holes in the roof. But that's basically where we are now. And that's where the inn would have been on this section. It's now the guard tower and guard barracks. And then that went down there. Now, down here... Oh yeah, crikey, I've forgotten what we had originally, but we had some park. It was a park, and I think it was going to be like a graveyard. This got partly built, with the landscaping that happens, and I think we put like graves in between here. But sort of like became a bit of an empty space, so I decided to revamp it. I think we were going to have gates on this side. I think we ever put them on. Entrances were on the other side. But that became the Black Keep. And housing, as well as a bit of a cedarwood plantation. And the road, I think, has been moved out slightly, or yeah, actually no, it might not have been. But where the forest and forges are now, on this side, this was originally a massive barracks, 2 barracks, archery, training, kind of like ground, which was quite big. Again, when I first started Wurm, I was just like building for building's sake. There's no real plan. But this area was originally this. In here is like the pumpkin dummy target thingies. They're all on individual ones. This was an old keep prison, I think. Trying to remember, a bit of storage. I think, yeah, there was a bridge coming down from that door to here. I didn't put it on this map though. This is the archery range. Got targets down here. Here's the mine. Go through the wall. That's still there. We had these 2 large buildings which kind of like turned into the guard barracks that we see now on a smaller scale. They would have had beds in there. It was 2-story. And it was sort of like had a stairway going up to the next level. If I change to 3D, we can go up here. But you could access this part and the bottom part with ladders. You could go out on here. And you could go through there and obviously up to this one. But we had 2 of these. Took a long time to build. There were a lot of beds and stuff in there because everything that was on this map was actually built. You probably see some, recognize some buildings that are still current. But that's now all long gone. Been replaced by the warehouse and forges, and obviously the mine's still there. The mine entrance, which is here. Doors are the wrong way around, but hey. So this is still here, this part. This is obviously now long gone. And these are all now gone. The granary is still there, pretty much how it was. But obviously that road has moved further down. We've expanded this out quite a lot. Here's the granary. You can see how much that it's expanded out. Only by a couple. compared to what we had. And the forges were originally on this side. So they would have been here, which was before this area was rebuilt. That became the main housing. And up here I think we just had like a couple of workshops, some open area. That was the carpentry shop, this was the leatherworking. We kept animals in here. Sheep. No, not sheep. Yeah, it was sheep. Some cows and stuff. We had the original house there. Now where the stables are, which is here. This was the original site of one of my first houses, which I absolutely loved. It was called Bayview House, and had a. Obviously, this is the center point of Thallspring. This hasn't moved at all, so this is still pretty much as is. But this was called Bayview House. It had like a garage, a workshop. There was a forge in here, and it had some pretty amazing views. What you can see on here, out across the bay. It was quite a nice house to have. Not sure if the interior is quite right. Had a nice bedroom, and of course it had some rather nice views. Bay. Now, as you can see, this down here was the original stable area, so we had a massive drop down here. There's the guard tower, which is still there. So gradually I filled in the big drop and we leveled it off. So I just felt it was too sharp. We had the same on the other side as well. That went across both areas. So this has now just been completely leveled off. Just makes it a bit more less dramatic, I suppose. A bit more flowing landscape wise. Of course, this is where the guard tower is, still is. Oop, wrong one. Which is still there. We've obviously built the guard barracks. That was the winery, which has now gone up here. So all this is just Maple's distilleries there now. This road used to go down. We blocked it off, leveled it off. There's the bridge. There's the other road that goes down to what was a big shipyard. It's massive. I don't know why I built things so big, because it was only me here. But we've leveled this off, and that road goes down now the other side. Bridge is still there. Goes across. This road has changed a lot. Obviously this whole area has been revamped several times to what it is now. The shipyard used to be around about here. I've obviously condensed it down to a bit more manageable. It's the bathhouse, but back then we had this. Well, this was the first one, so this was actually rebuilt again and actually came out all the way out here. Try and show that map again on another stream I'll do. But we had this massive building here. We filled in all these and reclaimed some of the land. Bridge actually went over. Kind of like just ended. So now this is the first road to my current house. So that's there. So that's this area. That's the original road that came down, which is now blocked up and leveled off. Go under the bridge. Have to go round, but basically where we got the garden and Tranquility House, it used to be the site of the Thallspring Fishing Club, we called it. Which was, I've got to cut these hedges around about here. This building here. And we used to sort of like fish here. We did even this out height-wise, so it's level with this side now. So this has all been terraformed down to the correct level. That's now obviously long gone, and we have Ditch Memorial. And still got a fishing place here, and we do have a sign. We have Titch, I think the house, or the fishing club was here. Original site of catching fishing club hut, so it's here. So that's what we look at now, and that's where it actually was. Of course, that side of the it's completely changed. This was, so we had two houses down here. One was being built. It gradually was built, but we got rid of them eventually. This has obviously changed completely. There's now the big sign. Had a lot of roads going up there. You can, yeah, it's changed radically, I think, compared to what was there. And Deedplanner cut it off, so obviously that went up and up and up and up and up. All the way up there. And we've obviously redone all the paving on the canal. Ray was too boring. But that's a quick tour of Thallspring then and now. So this is around 1050, 1060. It's significantly changed. I do have a later map which I'll go through on another stream. But it's just something I wanted to do, just to show how it's changed. What was and is no longer. Anyway, thank you for joining me on that. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can hear her okay. And I will catch you soon, hopefully on another stream where we go back to look or do an archaeology expedition to one of the places we found on the coastal tour. And on that note, I will leave you and see you all soon. Take care all.